we do have family coming over and a few friends. We're doing our first ever Friendsgiving. So I'm gonna straighten up a little bit in the kitchen area and the living room for them. And this is our first time, like I said, doing Friendsgiving. I'm gonna take some pre-workout to get me through because I had little to no sleep last night. And I just tried this Bloom pre-workout and they got a sour peach ring flavor, fire. So today I'm doing the Bahama Mama and I'm sure it's good too. But I'm gonna take that really quick. But yeah, I'm gonna clean up in here. I'm trying to figure out like what I wanna do with our table because we have a full tablecloth, but it's just black. Like it's nothing special. We have a full tablecloth to put on there that I could use, but it's like super wrinkly. And so I'm like, yeah, I don't want to use it. But Jordan's like, I could just throw it in a dryer really quick to see if it gets most of the wrinkles out. So we're gonna do that. But I also like the idea of a runner. So the table runner. So I put the table runner on the washer today, last night, hoping that Jordan would see it and wash it, but he didn't. That's okay. He said he could still wash it really quick. So we could try out both and see which one I like. Ooh, that's good. Mm. Need to mix a little bit more, but it is pretty good. Okay. Has a little bit more of a pre-workout aftertaste than the peach ring does, but it's still really good. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, straighten up in here. But as I'm doing it, I just wanted to talk to you guys about I had to go back to work. So after being furloughed for 30 plus days, my boss texted me yesterday, which was a Thursday, and was like, she texted me at 7:45 and was like, hey, we're back in the office. You have to report within 4 hours. I was like, dang, this is real. This is reality. I'm going back to work. And mind you, I was in my routine of dropping off the kids. So I was in the car on the way to school, dropping them off on the way to daycare. And then that day, my husband had to get his hair cut. So I was riding with him for his hair appointment, his barber appointment. So that whole time, I'm just like mentally preparing to get back to work. And my body and my energy loves a routine. And over 30 days was plenty of time to get a routine in, which I established within those 30 days without even like consciously doing it. It was kind of like this is what we're doing right now. And it became a routine. So as I was in the car and riding around and then waiting for him to get out of his barber appointment, I just was mentally trying to shift that adjustment or get prepared for that shift and adjustment, which like my routine going to work was never like crazy. Like I never like had like a bad experience really with my work, but being home really showed me that I want to be home with my kids. I want to be home with my family. And not just that, like I had opportunity to hang out with a friend that I've been trying to hang out with for years. And we were seeing each other almost every other morning while I was off. So it wasn't just that aspect of being home with the kids. I was able to do that with her. And if I would have known that the furlough would have been as long as it was, I would have prepared or planned to do other things like hang out with other friends. But I wasn't sure, like it's furlough, so you don't know. Just like when she texted me yesterday at 7:45, hey, you have to be within 44 hours. That could have been any day after. So I didn't want to plan anything. But if I would have known that it would have been 30 plus days, I would have definitely made time to spend time with some friends that aren't in the state or not in the same area as me anymore. And I would have made time to hang out with them. But I did get that time with a friend that I hadn't been able to hang out with, and we became closer than what we were before. So just like things like that, I got into a routine of that type of environment, and I have to kind of shift back to I work during the week and then have Saturday, Sunday environment. And plus the things that I'm involved with, I was able to dedicate my time fully to them without being in work and support fully and not having to wait till I got out of work to then try to support and step in with my role as the things that I'm a part of. So I like that aspect of it as well. So driving to work today, I was just like, I don't dread my job and I don't dread the people, but I rather have the environment that I had been in for the last 30 plus days. So I was like, I need to figure out how I can make this happen. So that's been on my mind today about after the furlough ending. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy to be back to work, happy to be hopefully getting a paycheck. back because, that was the downside of it. But I did like the fact that I was home with my kids. They got to see me every morning when they normally don't, because by the time I get to work, they're still sleeping. So my husband had to wake them up, get them ready, and things like that. But those 30 plus days, I was home and they'd wake up to me when they normally wouldn't. So I like that. I always wanted to be able to be home with my kids. And that's kind of why I chose not to have more, because I knew I wasn't in the position to be home with them. I've always wanted to be able to at least, okay, if I'm going to have enough, this amount of kids, I want to be able to be home with them. So that's kind of why I don't have as many as I do. As many as I would like to. But just, I like the routine we had of being home with them and being available. And if I wanted to get my daughter from school, I could, dropping them off at the gate, taking my son into the daycare and dropping him off inside daycare, giving him a goodbye. Like those type of things. I liked that. And I liked that environment more than I did this morning of getting up and just going to work and not being able to see them. So that is my goal right now, is to get back to that environment and to still have the means for them to have a quality of life. So yeah, I'm happy to be back to work. I'm happy to be able to have the funds, I'm grateful to have a job, but after today, I was like, I'm gonna do all I can to get back to that environment. So yeah, that's my little rant. I'm gonna clean up, and then my husband said, like and subscribe for more kids. That should be our little slogan. Yeah, if I could stay at home and still have the means to, take care of bills and things like that, I definitely would have more kids. But, time is ticking. We're not young chickens anymore. So that's been my thought process yesterday and today. It just kind of like today I text my friend. I was like, dang, I miss our walks already. And we just started. I just started back working. So I don't know. We're going to do what we got to do. We're going to do what needs to be done. But those 30 plus days of being home with my family and being able to participate in more of my time to things that I love, I enjoyed it. And I'm going to strive to be in that position. I would like to be in that position. Do what I can to get there. Like, gotta figure out how to get this money by tomorrow type of situation. So yeah, just behind my mama is good. I'm trying to think what else I need to do. I need to clean the counters, so I'll do that.